Hi, and welcome back to the Learning Life Show. My name is Susan, and I'm the host. Our special guest is Peter Serraino again. I get the shake of the hand here, and we know he's 65 from the first one.
I'll never wear double knit pants either.
And you skateboard.
That's right.
You actually, you skateboard just like a short distance. You actually skateboard.
Well, I did some videos too about 3 years or so ago. Under the term the street psychic. I'm known as the street psychic. I had a mohawk then, and you can see me running around on a skateboard.
Wow! Okay, and is that on YouTube?
That's on YouTube.
So if you look up YouTube and you look up street psychic.
The street psychic.
The street psychic.
Yeah,
oh!
You'll see me, and then a bunch of my shows will pop up. You see me on a skateboard, and I would roll up on people at random.
Oh, wow!
And then do all kinds of things and tell them things, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Now, you said 3 years ago. How come you stopped doing it?
It just kind of stopped. We were kind of hoping to go into an actual show, but it didn't, fly, so to say. The producers wouldn't pick it up. But everybody tells me it should have been a show. So.
It's not like fun, right? And how many episodes did you do?
I think it was 5.
Okay.
There's 5 of them on there, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, we're definitely going to have to tune into that.
Yeah, there's one with the quote-unquote, the Jersey girl. The only reason why I mentioned because everyone's into that Jersey Shore things.
Okay. Oh, all right. A little promo here, huh? Yeah. Anyways, we're kind of interested here now that we went from the first one to this one, which are awesome predictions. What predictions are you feeling for 2013?
That's really interesting because I get a mixture of different things. I feel that California is going to have a resurgence. I feel that bullet train is going to go through. It's going to put a lot of people to work, etc. What's interesting is it's almost like some companies are going to be rearranged and kind of fade, and newer ones are going to surge up. So it's almost like a double-edged sword in some ways. So as some things go away, new things are going to pop up. So I would say it's like this. It's not a problem, but it's an opportunity. And if you can look at those opportunities, you can see that. The other thing I feel, too, is, I hate to say this, but right now we're on the verge of getting involved in a world, conflict here. And it's right on the edge, and I feel there's a strong, probability that may take place. Then the next thing that's going to take place is I feel there's a lot of geopolitical changes, which I had predicted before, hence the changes with Egypt, et cetera, et cetera. But here in the U.S., you're going to see the same thing. People are going to go more for state rights, so to say. There's going to be talk of secession from the Union, et cetera, things of that nature. So there's going to be a lot of tugging and pulling back and forth, and there may even be different forms of currency may actually be put into action, even though some people talk about the paperless, thing where everything's going to be on a card, etc. I feel that's a good chance that could happen, but the people of America are too rebellious, my feeling is, to go along with that kind of thing. The next thing is what I feel is going to be taking place is there's going to be more earth changes, so to say, especially more severe weather, bigger storms, etc. Just like that last storm on the East Coast, I even predicted that one too. It was a lot bigger than even I had thought it was going to be. But see, again, the double-edged sword. Yeah, there's a lot of destruction, but I just heard on the radio that car sales are like off the roof back there. So we got that. It's going to put a ton of people to work, new construction. It's going to start getting things in motion again as well, you see? The other thing that I feel too is there's going to be an event somewhere down in the south near Florida in some ways. Something with ground movement. It's not necessarily an earthquake, but something's going to change. The ground's going to drop, or something's going to rearrange in some ways. But here in California, though, going back to that, I feel that there's a lot of good opportunity here. But I also got to say, though, too, we're kind of overdue for that big one, you see. So I feel there's a chance of that coming, but I see it not so much as a one area. It feels to me it could be like one quake then triggers another one, etc. But then again, then there's that rebuilding, etc. You see, so everything is like this double-edged sword. But the biggest advances is going to be with space, for instance. I feel there's going to be a new form of propulsion. I think they're going to get this fusion drive really down on its way. In the medical thing, they're going to find some new proteins, for instance, that's going to handle things like AIDS and some other diseases. Bang, it's going to be eradicated in some ways, and we'll find a cure.
And you feel this is in 2013?
2013, and things are going to accelerate tremendously. So as far as investments go, I would tell people in a lot of ways that biotechnologies would be a good way to get involved into, and genetics, things of that nature. But then, again, here we go, the double-edged sword. And then the opposite side is a lot of people want to go back into the natural kind of things, the organics, and maybe want to plant their own gardens again, things of that nature, more collectives doing things. And so you're going to see this little ground surge, little pockets of it here and there. So the bottom line is that some areas are going to surge economically, other areas will be stagnant, you see, and some areas may even drop. So it's going to balance out in time. So the overall change is about 5 to 7 years, then we're really going to start turning things totally around. The other thing is what I'm getting to is that a lot of nations and individuals are going to start waving the flag, like I'm Armenian, or I'm Italian, I'm British, and I'm this. Everyone's going to go into that self-identity kind of thing, which is going to cause some sort of conflict. But then all of a sudden, due to events, you know, that are going to transpire and happen, people are going to realize that it's one planet and one people, and people are going to start to unite. So in other words, start to accept other belief systems. So in the religious belief, religion and belief systems as we see it today, those also are going to start to fade in some ways, and a resurgence of connection, respect of nature, things of that nature, that everything is interconnected. And that's about pretty much is what I'm getting on now.
That's a lot, though. That's a lot. What do you predict as far as like YouTube videos like the one we're doing? Do you think those are going to, I mean, a lot of people are going to be still watching them, or do you think it's going to go?
The TV or the old traditional television is going to fade away.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
I mean, totally. And then, you know, it's almost like, you know, everyone has their cell phones, right? You know, remember in Star Trek they had their communicator and they did all that stuff? I see it more like that, and in time it will be something like pretty much like a large wristwatch on your hand, and you'll be connected. So you'll be watching not only movies from big studios, but a lot of individual people are going to start producing things, a lot of musical things, etc., etc. And you're going to see a big rearrangement in the music industry somehow. That because artists will be more recognized, but the traditional sales of music is going away.
Yeah, that part's true. That's definitely true.
You see, and so, but people see it as a problem. And if people were to view things as not a problem, but as an opportunity, I think that will make a bigger impact, you see?
So, I mean, not focus, but I mean, they can watch us on their arm, which is
probably on a weekly basis. I give you a prediction. I got a feeling this show actually may become a weekly show for you.
That'd be great, huh?
And I'll even give you the date. Sometime by the end of February, going into March, around the 28th of February or so.
Ooh, we got it on tape. All right. Well, thank you so much.
You owe me a dinner now.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I'll hold you to it.
You like Starbucks, right? Thank you for watching. You can find out more information about the Learning Light Foundation at learninglight.org. I am at the Psychic Fairs here every second Saturday of the month. And I also have Illuminations 22 Ministry. That's every third Sunday of the month here at the Learning Light. And any last quick thing you want to say to the people watching?
Is to come to the Learning Light Foundation, to the fairs, and partaking to the classes. It's, in some ways, it doesn't go against religious belief at all. If anything, it will actually enhance whatever your belief
That's
system
true.
is.
No,
And
that's
so
true.
it's non-denominational.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks for being with us, and stay tuned for other shows. Bye.